Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. How's everybody doing out there? It's about 9:30 in the morning, and I've already had a nice morning so far. Lately, I've been getting up early, and first thing I get my coconut oil and oil pool and go sit outside and catch up on the news, do a little bit of reading, fool around on my phone, and just see what's happening. It's been a good morning so far. Did that, took a little time, had a cup of tea, read a little bit, had my green smoothie, off to the gym in a bit. I thought it was just about time to do a video. Today we're going to talk about the raw food diet and discipline, about sticking to it. Discipline, good topic for today. Anyhow, I do these videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button now. Click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Discipline. What is this discipline of which you speak? I get comments from time to time. I get questions from time to time. I see this topic all the time. And to be quite honest, it's, I don't know. I don't really see this lifestyle as one of discipline. For the 5.5 years I've been doing it, I don't know that discipline has really come into play all that much. And I get mischaracterized all the time. I have people that'll actually tell me, they don't just like make comments or ask questions, in general. They'll say like, oh, you have such good discipline. How do you maintain your discipline? Like, wow, you're really a disciplined person. And I'm like, well, you don't know me very well, do you? I'm probably about one of the least disciplined people you'll ever meet. But that's okay. I found what I needed. And that's why I like this lifestyle, because I don't feel like it's a lifestyle of discipline. I feel like for the first time in my life, losing some weight, getting healthy, that I didn't have to be disciplined to do it. In fact, there's no restraints. I could eat all I wanted to. I was quite mesmerized with that. Wait a minute, we're healthy. We can lose weight and we can eat all the food we want to. We don't have to be hungry. We don't have to sit around going, okay, what time can I eat again? We don't have to, oh my God, my body's craving carbs, but I can't eat carbs. Blah, blah, blah. This is an easy lifestyle. Easy lifestyle. This is the easiest. People want to get up into their semantics. The ideologists, they want to be, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Well, what you're eating kind of is a diet. And don't get so caught up in the semantics. But as far as all the various diets I've eaten over the course of my life, this is easy. This doesn't require any discipline. Everything else did. Every other time that I got back in the gym or wanted to get healthy, lose some weight or whatever, yeah, it required discipline. It required doing something specific every day in this one-minded pursuit of health, of weight loss or whatever. This is just kind of like, we have an old saying, as easy as falling off a log. For me, it was more about education than discipline. And I always approach this channel kind of with a supposition. So don't ever think like I'm being condescending or talking down if there's ever any thought of that. It's the actual opposite. I expect everybody to be smarter than me. I expect everybody to be able to achieve more than I do, because I was a mess. So I kind of extrapolate from, if old crazy senile old man Jack can do it, shouldn't anybody be able to do it? I mean, is it really that hard if this can, do it pretty easily? Yeah, it was more about education than discipline, because it was, you can't unsee things. It was just very, and sometimes I can't even, I don't think people resonate because I'm talking too simple terms. I couldn't. And it wasn't like I didn't have to trick my mind. I didn't have to do what a lot of new vegans do, and they've only been vegan or raw for 3 or 4 weeks, and they're talking about how gross that food is, and this is nasty. No, it's not. I still now see old things that I ate, and I'm like, but in my head, I know how to separate. I'm like, no, I don't have to fool my brain and say, oh, that's oh no, that still looks very good. That slice of pizza, those chicken wings, they still look tasty. They still smell tasty. But I know what they are now. I know what they do to my body. So like I say, once I knew, I couldn't unknow. And I used that a lot. From that very first weekend, and we're talking about degrees, what is considered bad or like falling off your program. So for me, even from day one, there was no question about certain things. There was no question. In other words, for me, like if I decided to give in, so to speak, or eat something that I wasn't trying to eat at that time, wasn't anywhere way out on the spectrum I see of some people. Like once that education, like I hear people all the time, cheese, oh my God, cheese is so hard to give up. Cheese, I dropped cheese like that after loving cheese. I loved blue cheese. I loved feta cheese. I loved sharp cheddar cheese. I loved all kind of cheese. But I love living more. I love having unclogged arteries better. I love not being plugged up and going to the bathroom regularly better than I like some hardened little ball of thing called cheese. So I use that kind of stuff, you know, and as soon as I knew what that stuff did to my body, there was never after day one of hearing about this lifestyle that I even remotely considered eating dairy. I mean, you could have told me, I mean, okay, I'm not going to be ridiculous. I probably, if I'd have come down to a live or die, starve situation. Yeah, but there was never any question about touching dairy, cheese, milk, yogurt, whatever again, after I knew what it was. Same way with meat. And I used to love to suck down chicken wings. Football season, oh my God, come on. Saturday afternoon, Sunday, I'm at least going to have, on a football weekend, I'm at least going to have 4 dozen chicken wings, and that's conservative. I smoked meat for barbecue, so I've been there. But once I knew, I couldn't unknow. I'm going to keep repeating that one. Once I knew, I couldn't unknow. And I use visualization too, even though I wasn't tempted once I came to this lifestyle, I used the visualization like, okay, I see some chicken wings over there. Let's take a bite of that chicken wing. And I'd close my eyes and I'd take a bite of that chicken wing. And I'd eat a few chicken wings. And I'm picturing that going down my body with my newfound knowledge, with now knowing what certain things did to the body. Now I'm watching this chicken wing descend through my body. I know what it's going to cause. I know what it's going to lead to. And that was enough. That was enough for me. So to get to that place, if it's not just natural right off the bat, the second you read the China study, I mean, that was pretty much one book for me. The China study, boom, oh my God. No, I'm never going to touch that again. Just keep pounding it. Just keep pounding it day after day after day. You want me to tell you some little trick for discipline? There is no little trick for discipline. If you feel that you need that extra help to make this lifestyle work, continuously be educating yourself every day. Read, watch videos, do your research. Understand what this stuff does to your body. Understand what this comfort food, what a garbage word, comfort food, does to your body. Understand what these things that you're being, maybe you shouldn't be so gentle on yourself when you fall off and eat some things because it just doesn't make sense. Now, you know, if I'd have been in a different circumstance, I try to think backwards, okay? Because when I first went raw vegan, started following this lifestyle, I was living in San Jose, Costa Rica, in the city. I didn't live in the city a whole lot of my 18 years there, but I was living in the city. Okay, where I was living in this particular neighborhood, all I needed to do in the beginning was get the crap out of my house. I got all the garbage out of my house and put good stuff in there. Now, if I'm sitting around at nighttime tends to be trouble spots for people, and it used to be for me as well. Nighttime, you know, you sit around, those cravings, those impulses come. Well, if I was going to satisfy those impulses, I had to put some real effort into it. I had to either do one of two things. I had to get up, I had to get dressed, I had to either call a taxi, do some fast walking, go through some sketchy areas, but it took effort to get out to a store. So usually, there wasn't any usually to it. I didn't do it. Next day, by the time I'm out in the light of the day, even going to a restaurant, that impulse had passed and I didn't even think about it anymore. But I just even wouldn't try to approach it. I wouldn't even be looking for ways to be disciplined. I would just almost try to change your thinking on that and realize that this is not a lifestyle of discipline. Maybe if you feel like you need discipline to do this lifestyle, maybe you're doing it wrong. Now, let me say this. I know there's probably going to be a few out there that look at things differently than me. and we might be talking apples and oranges here. If you're talking about discipline to be 100% raw foodist, raw vegan, I've never really been interested in that. I eat mostly raw food, but I've never over this whole time had that desire that I've got to take the full plunge and be the one on social media that's like day 432 raw food. I mean, that's just not my thing. It's more about the big picture. It's more about being healthy instead of like fitting into some label or getting my gold star each and every day for something like that. So if you're talking about discipline to be a perfect 100% low-fat raw vegan, I don't know how to help you there. Don't know how to help you there, because when I talk about I didn't need discipline, I just didn't resort to, horrible things, ridiculous things. We all have our little fallbacks. I mean, but they're different now, but we all have our things that we eat on a regular basis that we're thriving on. And then I would imagine we most have things like back then for me. When I first started, I probably ate cooked food maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and it would always be like potatoes with olive oil. I was still eating oil. I hadn't quite made that connection where you need to get rid of oil completely yet, and that's another discussion. Don't get me into that one. That's your choice, whether you do oil or not. I don't do oil. Very, very, very seldom. But back then, I guess that was my kind of comfort if I, in adjusting to this lifestyle that first year. If it was just like, okay, this fully raw thing isn't doing it for me, I'd have some potatoes with olive oil. So I didn't consider anything, I've never, and I still don't consider anything that I'm eating as whole food plant-based is some sort of big thing to get all upset about. I'll finish with this because I've mentioned this before. A lot of it is just perspective. I'll hear people, sometimes I've even read into the story, or I'll hear somebody talking and I'm like, wow, what are they about to tell us here? They're about to make this big confession, and they tell you how terrible they're doing on this lifestyle and blah, blah, blah. And then they tell you something they ate and you're going, well, that's not that bad. That's not that big of a deal. That's how you define success on this lifestyle, is being 100% rigid, perfect, following these rules, the best of the best. But in general, this is a fun lifestyle. This is a tasty lifestyle. I enjoy what I eat and drink every day. So no discipline necessary. So to leave you with that last thought, education is more important than discipline. Try to just keep instead of figuring out little ways to inspire yourself to be more disciplined or trying to work on methods of discipline, work on education. The more you understand how the food works, the more you understand how your body works, there's only one natural choice to make. So anyhow, my 2 cents worth. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you would, share this out there, and I will see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.